Okay, it's June 29, 2010. It's Roxanne, Grinage, higherlyrics.org. And I just explained in the last segment how we're demonstrating for 10 years now standard access to those administrative services that, when rendered contingently, raise quality of life by providing holistic and fair entry into those competitive processes that would cause exposure and earnings opportunities for a previously unseen, unaccommodated worldwide population of disadvantaged creators. And Higher Lyrics in the last 2 years has had the misfortune of having to, through our own victimization, Roxanne Grinage doing business as Higher Lyrics Administrative Services, Roxanne Grinage doing business as U.S. Citizens Public Docket Database, Willie Brownson, Lorraine Grinage, Ezekiel Zakael Brown, and Ariel Roxanne Brown have had the misfortune of having to develop administrative tools that would connect the relationships of corruption to measure the intent, work ethic, synergy, and intent of exactly why is it that a state agency using and abusing federal funds does in fact get away with destroying children, causing prolonged and permanent personal injuries, overburdening an already overburdened Social Security Disability Administration, causing wrongful deaths, and causing an immeasurable amount of U.S. work product and careers contributors to be missing from viable industries of education, entertainment, litigation, commercial entrepreneurship, community development, small business, inventions of business method, technology, information technology, space travel, military, defense, 12-step recovery, and so on and so on and so on. Oh, bioengineering, that's very important too. Okay, so we just picked up the order as my last segment from 11:30 from the Family Court Division of Marvin L. Williams, Esquire, who's a CPA. And we're going to use this order in our filing, that we're going to do a simultaneous filing in U.S. District Court. But because we have so much evidence of the U.S. Eastern District Court here in the Eastern District of Pennsylvania deliberately imposing docket discrimination to help the conspiracy to cover up the corruption crimes of their colleagues, because these defendants, official corruption defendants, are usually court position people. In my case, 209 CV04119 MSG, the case that catapulted us into a new civil rights movement, Families Fight Back, Say No More DHS Demonic Horror Stories. We have used docket monitoring, and through docket monitoring we learned that the docket never lies. You can demonstrate that there is, in fact, we have demonstrated there is, in fact, a child slaughter, U.S. economy fraud, court reform, state of emergency underway here, perpetrated by and imposed by deliberately the U.S. Eastern District of Pennsylvania Court, starting with our First Judicial District and the private attorneys who share a conflict of interest relationship with DHS lawyers, a state agency DHS lawyers, and municipality lawyers. That's a conflict of interest relationship, and malpracticing lawyers, CPAs, and attorneys. And by their wielding this, by their perpetuating this, there is a systematic tolerance of in our U.S. Eastern District, in our U.S. District Court for the Eastern District, of systematic abuse of the immunity language in the 1983 Civil Rights Act, and we are documenting this in what is probably our last filing in this case. How the federal, when courts are shown, when state and municipality. When states and municipalities and their agencies, their federally funded and state-funded agencies, are shown to be incurably corrupt and there is systematic malpractice underway, federal courts do in fact have exclusive jurisdiction to intervene and join to cause to stop and seek relief of the population of citizens who have petitioned to remove a tyrannical judge. 144 citizens have signed their names. Several parents actually signed the names of their children who have been victimized. 144 here in Philadelphia County who know about the victimizations of a tyrannical state court judge Robert J. Matthews. And because this is a U.S. Department of Justice matter, it is a Recovery Act matter, because his enforcement of lawyer, CPA, attorney, DHS agency malpractice is defrauding recovery.gov agencies, including IRS, SSI, Social Security Disability, and all of the courts which do receive Recovery Act funding. We're going to talk about and show in this filing the whistleblower protections through the Recovery Act, the Form 3949 IRS information referral process, so you can begin to report right off the bat the beneficiaries of the corruption, the people who have actually stolen your children under the name of foster parents, or they get full custody with no accountability whatsoever, and you're watching them abuse in your face. We're going to connect and remind the U.S. Eastern District Court how President Obama was actually, Honorable Mitchell S. Goldberg specifically, who sent 2 U.S. Marshals to warn me not to talk about this, but we warned President Obama and a 15-member managed service list of his executive officers, who at the time included the Supreme Court Justice nominee, Elena Kagan. All right, so this is all very important. This is a star history making, and we have to evolve. We have to evolve. We have to become a better community, a better society, and this is the work that needs to be done in a civil rights movement that seeks to slow and eventually stop a court-imposed, a child slaughter, U.S. economy fraud, court reform, state of emergency documented by Roxanne Grinage, doing business as Higher Lyrics Administrative Services, and Roxanne Grinage doing business as a U.S. citizen's publicly controlled docket database, because my grandchildren, Ezekiel Zakael Brown and Ariel Roxanne Brown, have been destroyed and robbed of their knowledge of self. Our heritage has been taken from us, our right to teach our children our religious principles and values, our right to teach our children who they are, their self-esteem has been robbed from them, their knowledge of who their real family is, which is hundreds of people that they will never know, who have made meaningful contributions to our quality of life, our economy, and our communities. And our children have been used, my grandchildren, Ezekiel and Zakael Brown and Ariel Roxanne Brown, are being used as billable fodder for the wolf pack, who are licking their lips, just waiting to get, watching them be depleted as billable fodder while they are abused. And on June 8th, there was a flash mob participation, a baseball bat home invasion, and 50 witnesses witnessed the assault committed by Sandra O'Sullivan, Diane Kearney, who's married to Lenwood Kearney, Eric Brown, and 3 unknown gentlemen with men with baseball bats, who, while Sandra Sullivan complains she has nothing to worry about because she has friends who work for the city of Philadelphia, and District Attorney R. Seth Williams, here, Philadelphia District Attorney R. Seth Williams and Mayor Michael Nutter had been shown the evidence of District Attorney's Office 5 log numbers, private criminal complaint log numbers, where we attempted to show, where we showed evidence of the crimes being committed here: broken, theft by deception, public violence, child endangerment. They brought the children into a riotous situation and left them unattended in the same vehicle where they transported 6 people with baseball bats and guns. Alright, so I gotta end this because we're running out of time. I'm gonna get this up on YouTube. Okay, God bless everybody. Look for our administrative solutions to market entering challenges as we end CPS, as we go forward with our CPS corruption and government initiative, and seek to end, first slow it up and then end the child slaughter, U.S. economy fraud, court reform, state of emergency underway in this nation. God bless.
50% off our best and brightest candles, dinnerware, decor, and more.